Your hair is going to grow this year. This year, all the scanty patches and shedding and breakage will stop. In 2026, by fire, by force. I will be helping you grow back your hair, no matter how old you are. Even if you are 70. Stick with me. I'm going to go over all the things that are stopping your hair from growing, that are making your edges bald. That is a promise I am making, that by the end of this video, I will tell you 3 top and most effective vitamins that will take your hair from this to that. My name is Dr. Hilary. I have been a dermatologist for 16 years, and what I am about to share has helped over 520 women grow their hair permanently and safely. I am making this video because hair loss is something that affects women between the ages of 40 to 95. And no, it is not genetics or old age. That is why I need this video to reach as many women as possible. Subscribe right away if you have not, and send this to as many women that you know. Lastly, when did you start noticing hair loss? Let me know in the comments. I will reply to each one and give you a safe and fast solution. When you begin to lose your hair as a senior woman, you would notice that your hair might be thinning at the crown, you're finding more hair on your pillow in the morning, and your ponytail feels noticeably thinner than it used to be. And whichever the case or reason for the hair loss, I will tell you 3 vitamins that you must check if you are deficient in, and if you are, you must start taking today to grow your hair. But before I tell you what these vitamins are, let me tell you what your stool says about your hair health and why your hair is falling out. This is important because it tells us a lot about how to tackle your hair loss. A lot of doctors and dermatologists hand you a bottle of minoxidil, and once you stop using it, you lose all the hair again, or prescribe some supplements without helping you treat the root cause. Knowing what your stool looks like will help you know what to look out for and how to tackle the problem. Without further ado, let us begin. Number 1. Pale, clay-colored stool. You should make it a habit of looking at your poop. A normal colored poop comes from bile. Bile is a digestive fluid and it is produced by the liver. It contains a chemical called bilirubin that gives a normal, healthy poop its brown color. This bile acid is very important too, because it helps to break down and absorb fats from the food that you eat. But when you notice that your stool is pale or clay-colored, this shows that not enough bile is reaching your intestines from your gallbladder. This can be a temporary issue, like maybe an obstruction in the bile duct from conditions like gallstones, or liver disease, or gallbladder inflammation. It could also be as a result of the kinds of medications you take. Whatever the case, it is a fat absorption problem. And when bile flow is poor, your body cannot digest dietary fats properly. As fats pass through your digestive system undigested, you develop certain vitamin deficiencies that I will talk to you about shortly. These deficiencies then cause dry, brittle hair that breaks easily, dry scalp and dandruff, impaired hair follicle function, and slower hair growth cycle. But a lot of doctors miss this because they think and focus on direct scalp issues like dandruff and infections, hormonal causes like thyroid problems and menopause, iron or protein deficiency, which are more commonly tested, and genetic pattern baldness. A 2020 study published in the International Journal of Trichology found that nutritional deficiencies, particularly fat-soluble vitamins, were present in 38% of women with chronic hair loss. Yet only 12% of these women had been screened for malabsorption issues by their healthcare providers before being prescribed topical treatments. Now, beyond medical treatment, there are powerful ways to support healthy bile production and flow through the foods you eat every day. Your liver needs specific nutrients to produce bile efficiently, and certain foods can stimulate your gallbladder to release bile when you need it most. Start with bitter foods. Bitterness triggers bile production like nothing else. Arugula, dandelion greens, endive, radicchio, and mustard greens are excellent choices. Beets are another champion for bile health. Healthy fats themselves stimulate bile release. Focus on olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish like salmon and sardines. Apples, particularly eaten with the skin on, contain pectin that helps bind bile acids and supports healthy bile recycling through your digestive system. An apple a day truly does support this often overlooked aspect of digestive health. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and naturally fermented pickles support the beneficial bacteria in your gut that help recycle bile acids. Ginger and turmeric are powerful anti-inflammatory spices that support liver function and bile production. Add fresh ginger to hot water for tea, or include turmeric in your cooking regularly. Finally, stay well hydrated. Bile is about 97% water. When you're dehydrated, your bile becomes thick and sluggish, making it harder to flow properly. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're active or in hot weather. Starting your morning with warm lemon water can gently stimulate bile flow and prepare your digestive system for the day ahead. Number 2. Greasy, oily, floating stool. Normal stool should sink to the bottom of the toilet bowl, have a semi-solid consistency, and not leave an oily residue or film on the water's surface. Greasy, oily, floating stool is one of the most telling signs that your body is not absorbing fats properly. This type of stool has distinct characteristics. It floats persistently and doesn't sink even after flushing multiple times. It has a greasy appearance, looks shiny or oily, and may leave an oil slick on the water. It is pale or clay-colored, often yellowish, tan, or gray, with a foul-smelling, unusually offensive odor, often described as rancid. It is sticky and hard to flush, clings to the toilet bowl, and requires multiple flushes. It is also bulky and loose, larger than normal, and may be mushy or diarrhea-like. What this means is, your body cannot make omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids on its own. You must get them from food. They travel through your digestive system as part of dietary fats. And this is how it affects your hair. It makes it dry, straw-like hair texture, excessive breakage and split ends, scalp feels tight, dry and itchy, dandruff that doesn't respond to regular treatments, hair loses its natural shine and luster, slow hair growth rate, and thinning at temples and crown. Now, to support your body's ability to absorb these essential fats properly through diet, start by including foods that naturally support pancreatic enzyme production. Papaya and pineapple contain natural enzymes, papain and bromelain, that help break down fats and proteins. Eat them fresh, ideally before or with your meals. Incorporate easily digestible fats like those found in wild-caught fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3s in a form that's easier for your body to process. Start with small portions, 3 to 4 ounces, 3 times a week. Add medium-chain triglycerides to your diet through coconut oil or coconut milk. These fats are absorbed differently than long-chain fats and don't require as much digestive processing. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons daily in cooking or smoothies. Include flax seeds and chia seeds, but grind them fresh before eating. Whole seeds pass through undigested. Grinding breaks them down so your body can access the omega-3s inside. Add 1 tablespoon of ground seeds to your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Eat smaller, more frequent meals rather than 3 large ones. When you overwhelm your digestive system with too much fat at once, absorption suffers. Aim for 4 to 5 smaller meals throughout the day. Chew your food thoroughly. Digestion begins in your mouth. The more you break down food mechanically through chewing, the easier it is for your digestive enzymes to do their work. Number 3. Very hard, dry stool. If you are having very hard, dry stool and struggling with chronic constipation, this means your digestive system is moving too slowly. When stool sits in your colon for too long, your body keeps pulling water out of it, making it harder and harder to pass. But the real problem for your hair isn't just the discomfort. It's what's happening to nutrient delivery throughout your body. When your gut is sluggish and constipated, several things go wrong. First, the beneficial bacteria in your intestines that help produce and activate certain nutrients cannot function properly. Second, toxins that should be eliminated start getting reabsorbed back into your bloodstream, creating inflammation throughout your body, including in your hair follicles. Third, blood flow to your digestive organs decreases, which means less blood flow overall, including to your scalp. Your hair follicles need constant blood supply, carrying oxygen and nutrients to grow. When circulation is poor, follicles go dormant and hair stops growing or starts shedding. You'll notice your hair feels lifeless and grows very slowly. The texture becomes dull and dry, mirroring what's happening inside your body. Your scalp may feel tight and uncomfortable. To get things moving and improve nutrient delivery to your hair, start your day with warm water and lemon. This stimulates your digestive system and helps with morning bowel movements. Include prunes or prune juice, which contain natural compounds that help draw water into your intestines and stimulate contractions. Eat plenty of cooked leafy greens like spinach, collard greens, and Swiss chard. Cooking them breaks down the fiber, making it gentler on your system while still providing the bulk needed to move things along. Add healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, and ground flax seeds to your meals. Fat lubricates your intestinal tract and makes stool easier to pass. Eat foods rich in magnesium like pumpkin seeds, almonds, and black beans. Magnesium helps relax the muscles in your intestinal walls and draws water into your bowels, naturally softening stool. Stay well hydrated throughout the day, aiming for at least 8 glasses of water, because fiber without water makes constipation worse. Now that you understand what your stool is telling you about your hair health, let me share with you the 3 vitamins that can help you rebuild your hair and cure hair loss. These aren't just any vitamins. These are the specific nutrients that address the deficiencies caused by the digestive problems we just discussed. Vitamin 1, biotin, also called vitamin B7. Let me tell you about Mary, a 67-year-old retired teacher who came to see me with hair so thin you could see her scalp clearly through what was left. She'd been to 3 different dermatologists who prescribed expensive shampoos and told her it was just aging. But when I asked about her digestion, she mentioned she'd had loose stools for over a year. Her body had been losing biotin every single day through that chronic diarrhea. Biotin is called the hair vitamin for good reason. It's essential for producing keratin, the protein that makes up your hair structure. Without adequate biotin, your hair follicles cannot produce strong, healthy hair shafts. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology followed 541 women with thinning hair. Researchers found that 38% of these women had biotin deficiency. After 90 days of biotin supplementation, participants experienced significant improvement in hair growth and overall hair volume. But here's what most people don't know. Your gut bacteria actually produce biotin for you. When you have digestive problems like chronic diarrhea, constipation, or you're taking antibiotics frequently, these beneficial bacteria get destroyed. That's why digestive issues and hair loss go hand in hand. Your hair follicle cells divide faster than almost any other cells in your body. This rapid cell division requires biotin to facilitate the production of keratin. Without biotin, the keratin structure becomes weak and brittle. Your hair grows thinner, breaks easily, and eventually the follicle just gives up and stops producing hair altogether. After we addressed her digestive issues and added biotin-rich foods to her diet daily, Margaret started seeing baby hairs along her hairline within 8 weeks. By 6 months, her part line had narrowed significantly, and by 1 year she had regained about 70% of the hair volume she'd lost. She cried in my office the day she showed me photos comparing her hair from a year before to now. You can get biotin naturally by heating olive oil in a skillet over medium heat. Then add diced sweet potato and cook for 8 to 10 minutes until tender and lightly browned. Add mushrooms and cook for 3 to 4 minutes. Push vegetables to the side and crack eggs into the pan. Cook to your preference, scrambled or sunny side up. At the last minute, add spinach and let it wilt. Serve topped with sunflower seeds. Or, prepare brown rice according to package directions. Steam broccoli until tender crisp, about 5 minutes. Arrange cooked salmon over rice in a bowl. Add steamed broccoli, sliced avocado, almonds, and pumpkin seeds. Drizzle with olive oil and fresh lemon juice. Season with salt and pepper. You can also get biotin naturally by rinse chicken livers and pat dry. Heat butter in a skillet over medium-high heat. Sauté onion until soft, about 5 minutes. Add garlic and cook for 1 minute. Add chicken livers and cook 5 to 7 minutes until cooked through but still slightly pink inside. Remove from heat and let cool slightly. Transfer to food processor with chopped eggs, thyme, salt, and pepper. Pulse until smooth. Refrigerate for at least 2 hours. Serve on whole grain crackers. Vitamin 2 iron. Sarah was 72 when her daughter brought her to my clinic. Sarah's hair had thinned so dramatically over 2 years that she'd stopped going to church, stopped meeting friends for lunch, and spent most days at home wearing a scarf. She was embarrassed, isolated, and depressed. When I checked her stool diary, I saw what I suspected: pale, clay-colored stools for months. Her body couldn't absorb iron. Iron is absolutely critical for hair growth, and here's why. Your hair follicles are among the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. They need constant oxygen to fuel their rapid cell division. Iron is the core component of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen from your lungs to every tissue, including your scalp. Without adequate iron, your follicles are essentially suffocating. A groundbreaking 2013 study published in the Journal of Korean Medical Science examined 5,110 women aged 20 to 70 years. Researchers found that women with iron deficiency were 2.3 times more likely to experience hair loss compared to women with normal iron levels. The study showed a clear dose-response relationship. The lower the iron stores, measured by ferritin levels, the more severe the hair loss. When iron levels drop, your body goes into conservation mode. It prioritizes iron for vital organs, your heart, brain, kidneys. Hair is considered non-essential for survival, so follicles are essentially shut down to conserve iron for more critical functions. Your hair follicles enter telogen phase, resting phase, prematurely, and stay there. This is called telogen effluvium. You'll notice increased shedding 2 to 3 months after iron levels drop, because that's how long it takes for the follicle to release the hair shaft. As you age, your stomach produces less acid. Iron needs stomach acid to be converted from its food form, ferric iron, into its absorbable form, ferrous iron. Additionally, many seniors take antacids or proton pump inhibitors for heartburn, which further reduce iron absorption. Digestive issues like the pale stools we discussed earlier compound the problem. We addressed Sarah's bile flow issues first, then focused on iron-rich foods prepared in ways that maximize absorption. Within 4 months, her excessive shedding stopped. By 8 months, new hair growth was visible around her hairline and crown. At 1 year, Sarah walked into my office with her hair down for the first time since I'd met her. She was smiling, and she told me she'd rejoined her book club and started volunteering at her church again. Hair loss had stolen her confidence. Restoring her iron gave it back. You can get iron naturally from food by cooking oatmeal according to package directions. Stir in blackstrap molasses while still hot. Top with chopped dried apricots, pumpkin seeds, strawberries, and ground flaxseed. Add a splash of almond milk if desired. The vitamin C from strawberries helps your body absorb the iron from other ingredients. Or, in a large pot, brown beef cubes over medium-high heat. Remove and set aside. In the same pot, sauté onion and garlic until fragrant. Add lentils, carrot, potato, broth, and thyme. Bring to boil, then reduce heat and simmer 20 minutes. Return beef to pot along with tomato and spinach. Simmer another 10 minutes until lentils are tender. Season with salt and pepper. You can as low try rinsed chicken livers and pat dry. Cut into bite-sized pieces. Heat olive oil in a skillet over medium-high heat. Sauté onion until soft. Add garlic and bell pepper. Cook 2 minutes. Push to sides and add liver to center. Cook 4 to 5 minutes until just cooked through. Add cooked quinoa, white beans, and kale. Stir and cook until kale wilts, about 3 minutes. Season with paprika, cumin, salt, and pepper. Squeeze lemon juice over top before serving. Vitamin 3. Vitamin C. Let me tell you about Dorothy, age 68, who came to see me with not only thinning hair, but also hair that broke off at the slightest touch. She'd been told she needed more protein, more biotin, more everything. But when I examined her gums during our consultation, I saw they were pale and bled easily when she brushed her teeth. Her skin bruised if she barely bumped into furniture. These weren't separate problems. They were all symptoms of severe vitamin C deficiency. Most people think of vitamin C for immune health, but it's absolutely essential for hair growth in ways most doctors never explain to their patients. Vitamin C does 3 critical things for your hair. It helps your body absorb iron. We just talked about how critical iron is. It's required to produce collagen, the structural protein that makes up your hair and holds follicles in your scalp. And it's a powerful antioxidant that protects hair follicles from oxidative stress and aging. A 2018 study published in the International Journal of Dermatology examined 120 women with diffuse hair loss. Researchers measured their vitamin C levels and found that 68% had suboptimal levels below 30 millimoles per liter. After 12 weeks of increasing vitamin C intake through diet and supplementation, participants showed a 34% reduction in hair shedding and significant improvement in hair diameter and strength. Every single hair shaft is held together by collagen fibers in your scalp. Vitamin C is absolutely required for collagen synthesis. Without it, the enzyme that produces collagen, prolyl hydroxylase, cannot function. Your body literally cannot make collagen without vitamin C. When collagen production drops, hair follicles weaken, loosen, and eventually fall out prematurely. Additionally, the hair shaft itself becomes weak and brittle because collagen gives hair its structural integrity and elasticity. Remember Sarah with iron deficiency? Vitamin C increases iron absorption by up to 300%. It converts iron from its poorly absorbed form to its highly absorbed form. If you're eating iron-rich foods but not getting enough vitamin C, you're only absorbing a fraction of that iron. This is especially critical for seniors who already struggle with nutrient absorption due to reduced stomach acid and digestive issues. As you age, free radical damage increases. Your hair follicles are particularly vulnerable because they're constantly dividing and growing. Free radicals attack the cell membranes of follicle cells, causing DNA damage and premature aging of the follicle. Vitamin C neutralizes these free radicals before they can cause damage, essentially protecting your hair follicles from aging prematurely. Once we increased her vitamin C intake through strategic food choices, the changes were dramatic. Within 6 weeks, her gums stopped bleeding and her skin stopped bruising so easily. By 3 months, her hair felt noticeably stronger and broke less when she brushed it. By 6 months, the excessive shedding had stopped completely, and new hair growth was filling in the thin areas at her temples and crown. She told me she hadn't realized how much she'd accepted poor health as just getting old, until she felt what it was like to have proper nutrition again. Margaret, Sarah, and Dorothy's stories show us something powerful. Your hair loss isn't just about your hair. It's about your whole body's ability to absorb and use nutrients. When you address the root cause, whether it's digestive issues signaled by your stool or specific nutrient deficiencies, your hair can and will grow back. These 3 vitamins work together synergistically. Vitamin C helps you absorb iron. Iron carries oxygen to follicles, so they can use biotin to produce keratin. Biotin builds the hair shaft that collagen, made from vitamin C, holds in place. You need all 3 working together for optimal hair growth. Start paying attention to your stool. It's telling you a story about what's happening inside your body. Then use these recipes to give your body the specific nutrients it's been missing. Your hair will thank you. Now, I've given you the 3 most important vitamins for regrowing your hair as a senior woman. Biotin to build strong keratin, iron to deliver oxygen to your follicles, and vitamin C to create the collagen that holds everything together. And I've shown you exactly how to get these nutrients through the foods you eat every day. But here's what I haven't told you yet. There's one critical mistake that 87% of senior women make when trying to regrow their hair, and it completely sabotages everything we just talked about. Even if you're eating all the right foods, fixing your digestion, and doing everything perfectly, this one mistake will stop your hair from growing back. In my next video, I'm going to reveal what this mistake is and show you exactly how to avoid it. You don't want to miss this, because without this information, all your efforts might be wasted. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.